was moved inside the John Deutsch Center, and as Mike Postevit reports, just like Saturday's game against St. Mary's, everything went off without a hitch.
The Gales were on familiar turf today. The chore was not as physical as the game on the weekend, but no less important. School officials, along with Kingston's mayor, sing the praises of the new champs. So does the victorious head coach.
I'd like to congratulate the players publicly for the outstanding method in which they handled the hype that went with the game, when we tried to make it a positive learning experience for them in terms of the maturation process. And I think it worked really well.
Team co-captain and Vanier Cup MVP Brad Elberg addresses the crowd.
The way things went on the weekend, the way everything that was, all the spirit that was at the Skydome, I'm glad everybody could be here to enjoy this with us, because it really was a Queen's win, not just a win for the team. And I'm glad you could all be here to enjoy it with us.
Moments later, Elberg and co-captain Don Rorwick with the handoff. And what's a victory celebration without this? For some of the players, Saturday's national title still hasn't hit home.
I started to last night, but it still hasn't fully sunk in. Right now I'm still excited, but I think in a couple more days it'll fully sink in, and I'll probably go wild.
It's just so unreal. I can't believe that we made the national championship. We did it. We got it done. And obviously the celebration has been has been a good time.
Other final year players say the end couldn't have been scripted better.
I felt like I contributed in the final game, and I helped the team, get to where we got. And I won the Vanier Cup in my last game of football, and I'm going away with the greatest memory of my life.
You always dream of going out in this fashion, and it was really a storybook ending because you couldn't really ask for a better ending. It was great.
Mike Postevit, CKWS News.
And we'll have more on the Queen's victory and video from Skydome later on Sports.
What a game. Yeah, they were definitely the puppies. They played a good game, and the first loss that was ever suffered by St. Mary's all season, first shutout in Vanier Cup history. What a game. It can now be said that the Queen's Golden Gales are the best university football team in the country. The Gales traveled to Skydome this weekend to take on the St. Mary's Huskies for the 1992 Vanier Cup and came out on top. With flying colors, we might add. Like I said, they became the first team in history, Vanier Cup history, that is, to shut out the opposing team. Mike Postevit files this report on the Gales' Vanier Cup win.
Tell me this crowd isn't pumped for the biggest game of the year. The first quarter is more or less a feeling out process, but then with time running out, Brad Elberg goes in from 1 yard out, Jamie Galloway with the point after, and the Gales are up 7-0. Queens makes it 14-0 on its first possession of the second quarter. Tim Pendergast teams up with Brian Alford on this 78-yard pass and run play.
Well, we don't throw fades that often in the wideouts, and Brian's so fast that he's going to come down with him. He dropped a post earlier against Carleton, and he never gave up, kept working hard in practice, and we haven't used it, so they weren't ready for it, and it was great.
I think Tim really showed that he's a great passer. I was really happy for him. I think that I know I was really happy for Brian Alford because, as you recall, he's had some tough times dropping big passes, and today he caught that one behind the deep back, and there was no catch him. He's actually faster than Brad. So I was really pleased for him.
It was a tough game for Huskies quarterback David Sykes. If it wasn't his own team, it was the Gales' defense. Here, Jamie Lewin pounces on a loose ball.
Every person on the team contributed with the big play today, and that was really important.
Then, with time running out in the first half, Elberg turns the corner, and yes, he's off to the races. Altogether, 28 yards, and the Golden Gales head to the locker room with a 21-0 lead at halftime. Queens continues the scoring in the third quarter. Elberg again, his third major of the game. This from 1 yard out, 28-0 Gales.
It's nice to gel, and especially in the important ones. And, there was a lot of talk before this game, and talk's cheap. I guess we sort of proved ourselves once, eh?
Still in the third quarter, the Queens defense, well, they do it again. This time with St. Mary's threatening to score. 3rd and goal, but no, and the shutout remains intact. After all week, all we've heard is St. Mary's has the best defense in the country. That must have helped you guys out.
It certainly motivated our defense, because I think all of us feel we have a really good defense. And they've been talking it up all week, and that just made us makes it more sweet, and we really drove to beat them.
The only scoring of the fourth was this field goal off the toe of Jamie Galloway. And as the seconds tick off the clock, the Queen's Golden Gales win the Vanier Cup 31-0 over St. Mary's Huskies, and to the victor goes the spoils.
It was just one more chance to play together, and now they ran at the limit, and you know, we said we wanted to make the last memory the best one, and they did it. They were just awesome.
Brad Elberg and Eric Dell were named the offensive and defensive players of the game. Number 1 was also selected as the game's most valuable player.
The MVP and all that's really not as important as the fact that we scored 31 points and they didn't score any, and we're the national champions, we're the Vanier Cup champions, and I couldn't be happier for the guys on this team. It's a fantastic team award.
Mike Postovich, CKWS Sports, Toronto.